fingers like you would do in wet hair. And in wet hair you can't see exactly if you have the right length and over directing. We're doing the same cut, the same part I cut. Look, make sure I pick it up, go straight out. Yeah, so I go over the skin, go up, and then I cut my line with blending shears in dry hair. And why with blending shears? Because a lot of people get it why we do it with the comb, right? Dry hair, all the natural fold is respected below, and then you cut your line you would normally do. But why with this one? Why? Because with a normal shear, the highest pressure point will be here. So when you push it down, you will still have a concave line further down the line. With this one, you go through it, especially because this has a curve, right? Because it has a curve, with the angle is the same with every teeth it touches. So the pressure point is the same with every teeth it touches and cut off, and it slices through the hair instead of like pulling the hair. That's like a guillotine from France. Where is it? Over here on the screen phone. Look, guillotine, yeah. It's a nice thing we invented as people. Yeah, people are so nice to each other. But the first one had a straight blade. Yeah, so like with a lot of people have a straight one as well. But with the curve, you get the diagonally thing. If it's straight, yeah, this guy after 3 tries, he was like, "Come on, man, get it." You know, it was like, it wasn't getting through. You know, only a little bit. Like, come on, get it. Took him 8 turns. And then they make it diagonally. It slices when it goes straight down. But that's the same with the blade, so it doesn't pull that much. So now look, when we cut the top, make sure he sits up straight. Make sure the hair is back in place where you would normally. Look, that's where my line is. You see, I cut it in the same place till all the hair is gone. When it falls out sooner, just pick it up one more time, go over the skin. See, that's where my line is. Cut it till all the hair is gone, and then I move down my 2nd, 3rd, and 5th line all the way to the other side. Just make sure you stay straight on top, so you don't go like round. And what it does, look, and that's what I like about cutting it in dry hair, and his hair is a little. You can already see, and with his hair he has a little bit of weight, but you can see what it does, right? You still see it's long enough, it comes up, but it still tips over. Yeah, so now I'm sure that it's gonna be the right length. When I have the right length, you see, that's where my line is, pick it up, and I just cut my line like I would normally do all the way to the back. So now, when you ask the question, on which side would you start, I can answer it. If you're right-handed, start on the left side, yeah, the right side if you stand behind, right? On this side, why? Look, you cut the front first, so you make room to move to the back for yourself, for your hand. But make sure you always comb the hair towards yourself, and then come over the skin to lift it up. That's my connection. And again, always looking for a connection. But now you can already see that shape coming. Yeah, this is just a part. Bravo.
Bijna. Morgen nog 1.
Dat is het.
Ja.
Nog maar 1.
Ja, en vrijdag dan nog maar.
Oh, morgen. Ja, oké.
Ja, morgen nog eentje en op vrijdagochtend 3, middag 2.
Okay. Guys, yesterday we had 3 models on the list for you guys. I was really like the last 2 weeks when it's the 4th week that we were open after the holidays. The first 3 weeks were filling up really like crazy, and then this week, the 4th week, I was like, oh no. But we're almost full now, so don't worry, we have all the models. Like every week, we always. So you see what I'm doing? Like you can already see that shape, but I'm only cutting it now till here. Yeah. So because the head goes round, I tilt this head a little bit so I can even cut the line a little bit further, just around the. See, that's where my connection is. But always make sure the hair comes straight out the head. So not like it, just push it back so it's straight out. And I always cut the top first after the blow drying. I'm gonna tell you why, because now I cut the whole top up till here, yeah? And now I'm gonna go back to my connecting part. So I connected it with the triangles, right, this time. So I take those triangles back, just make sure that nice pump is out of the way, comb it back, and now you can see what you still need to do on that line, right? So when this weight would be way too heavy, that means you pull the hair too much down when connecting in dryer, right? Because then you create weight. So most of the time, you can see it still needs some refining, but no cutting it anymore. If it's too much, so when you see too much weight or whatever, then go back, cut it with your normal shear, or pick it up with the clipper over comb, just to get rid of the bulk. Because this one is not to take out mistakes. This one is to refine the hair. Yeah, so when you see too much hair, just go back to the step where you left too much hair. So now look, I'm combing it down. Yeah, you see what's still needed. So instead of only looking up the problem areas, I'm working like my robot machine again. Yeah, step by step. So what I do is that I just start over here with the beginning, just make sure you comb it down. Yeah, then I'm only using it in the ends, never go in too deep, yeah, because then you're making it worse. It's just to blend, look, picking it up, shear over comb, and then somewhere down the line when working my way up, you will get the problem area, yeah? So now when you comb it down, that's blended, yeah? So, because if you only go in for the problem area from here to there, mostly you will scoop it instead of like, now it's too much and then you take off too much, you know, and then it's gone. Then you have a problem, then you have to make everything shorter. So how I do it, I just work my way step by step, following my baseline. Shear over comb again, just in the end, look, pushing the hair out. So sometimes I push the hair back so it comes straight out behind my comb, and finish it all the way up. So it's just keeping it square all the way up till the hair falls out. Don't do this because then you create weight. Don't stop because then you'll leave a little bit bulk on top. So make sure you comb it down. You see, just following the line here. Here it is. And of course, like shear over comb. Sometimes you have to do a second run, depends on. Like shear over comb, just push the hair back, and you see, it's gone. I check it like that, but I pick it up, like straight back to the baseline. Like with shear over comb, you know, you're moving your comb slower than you're cutting. So you're following that baseline all the way to the back, but make sure here's the problem, all the way up, and it's gone. And I'm sounding like Bob Ross again today. That was one day Rob was doing a haircut, and that was the first time we noticed that when you're doing a demo like that, you feel like Bob Ross once in a while. So I said it to him, and he said, "Fuck you, man, now I can't unhear it." You know, you hear yourself, when you get that sound, you can't unhear yourself doing it all the time. So we made it into Rob Ross. And Rob, for the people who don't know, Rob is aka the Bloody Butcher, is Bettis. Bettis is his nickname, his real name is Robert John. So in England he prefers Rob. I won't tell you my real name, but it's not native, I can tell you that. So.
For the right amount of money, I will tell you what it is.
So guys, same thing on the other side, yeah. Now with the nicknames, that's just a funny thing, we all got nicknames over time. I don't know why they call me Nasty Natives, I have no idea. No, it's not that I don't know, it's just I don't remember. I try to forget. You finish it all the way up till there's no hair left. Just make sure you're keeping it square. and in the ends, guys. Really keep it in the ends. So, look. That's how I would cut the top and blend out that last bit of connection line, right? Still, look, for me now, that would be almost done. Yeah, don't say I don't go back at it anymore, but you see the system, lifting it up, working your way down, setting in the shape of the fade, you know, then connecting the top the way you want to have the shape on top, blow drying, then cutting the top, blending out the side, and then you have basically the whole haircut set in shape. Then we're gonna do the last bit of detailing and fading around the hairline, of course, because we don't want to leave it like that. So look, if you blend the connection, yeah, like here, don't go back with your clippers, because with blending you never know what you took off somewhere behind. So if you start blending, don't go back with your clippers. But the blending is only in the connection part, right? Then again, I don't want to blend in too short hair as well. So now we're gonna do the hair around the line. So, oh man, I really hate this. The Max fucked it up. Ja, en I don't know how to fix it.
Wat heeft ze ermee gedaan dan?
Geen idee. Alleen een baardje getrimd. See?
Als we erin gegeven.
Look, I can tilt it a little bit as long as I have my connection over there. Look, now I'm just looking up to see what works for the haircut, right? So cleaning up the line, cleaning up in front of the ear. So first I'm always doing this first with my big clippers. Yeah, taking off that last bit of hair, and then I'm gonna go in with my liners. Working from big to smaller. Look, I took this hair off, start doing the lines afterwards. But with the neck area, I have my rules, yeah? If you have a little bit of skin cover, like now, or a longer trim, I set in my fade in 2 fingers. Yeah, because you don't want to lift, you don't want to bring up the fade too high. Because if that fade is too high, the whole balance will be gone. That means the whole haircut should have like a lower fade all the way through. I don't want to do everything all again, so no, like the 2 finger rule. So what I do most of the time, look, my comb, and I'm gonna show you later. I know my comb is pretty thick on this side, right? So if I set in my comb over here with the connection with the length I have, and press it down over here, I know this is still gonna be long enough to fade it down completely. See, that's, as long as I have my, always from the top to the bottom, on the top I should have a connection, then I'm good to go. What it does, if you know your, I don't know who is working with wall, but this is like guard number 1 open, so like 1.5. So it's 4.5 millimeters. Yeah? So when I do it, I brought this down to 4.5 millimeters. That means that area is 1.5. If I use the tip of my comb, it's like a 1, like 3 millimeters. Like with guards, you can connect half steps at a time, right? So if you have, now I have like 1.5, then add 1, so I'm connecting that 1 to that 1.5. Does this make sense? I'm only working on the tip and only concentrating on my connection. I'm not concentrating on everything that goes below there because I know that's going to be shorter anyway. So now I have that 1, if you open this up, I can connect half to 1, right? So I don't have to use any guards to fade it down completely. If you go in with the tip like this, flat would be half. If you go in on the tip, you get 1/4 extra. So that's with everything you do. Also when you have guards on it, when you would have closed it and you have guard number 1 on it, If you use the tip, it's 1 1/4. So you can use that as an extra. I go into that 1 with 3/4 and then bring it down to half. And we all know that in the back of the head you have all those cow legs and even, you know, those swirls and whatever going on. With this hairline it's pretty okay, but yeah, just move with that. And then bring it down to 0. Make sure, ooh, it's really tight. You don't want to cut the guy. Where's the talcum powder? Hebben we nog geen nieuwe gepakt?
Volgens mij wel. Volgens mij staat het gewoon daarboven.
We had a shaving course last week, and with shaving you use a lot of talcum powders after every shave. And Lisa and Duncan were together, and they had to do it with one can with all the students all the time. And then I come in on Friday, and they were like, "Yeah, talcum powder, blah blah." I know, I ordered it. It's here since Tuesday, and the whole they didn't see it. Like, oh, come on, guys. But yeah, they manage. They always manage. Look, a little bit talcum powder, a little bit. Huh? It's not weekend yet, so just a little bit.
I don't know what you're talking
No. Talcum powder is good. It's good for sweating. My forehead. So clean them, and then we're gonna do like that. Because now I know what I can do for the fine lines. All the hair is gone. So guys, again, don't create a new hairline, right? I just take the hair on the line, tilt it out, and then just take the hair up till the roots. Maybe 1 or 2 hairs that stick out, you know, that ruin the line. But don't create completely new hairlines. Same around the ear. Yeah, we don't want to have those McDonald's arches. So behind the ear I start at 9 or 3 o'clock, depends on the side. I go close to the roots, tilt it a little bit to the inside. Yeah, and then go up till 12 and sometimes all the way around, and then from the front go back again. See, there's some hair on the ear. And then try to keep the neck as wide as possible, yeah? I don't know who does this at home? The tension. I will not lock a neckline, yeah? If you do it, you have to buy this shirt. So do it. Because I have a lot of shirts in the back. We have it in girly and in men. This is the front and that's the back. Now guys, not joking, why? Look, almost all the time when I see a block neckline, it's like this. But think about it, it looks really clean. You know, they go in with the hairline to the middle, they make the neck smaller. Maybe it looks really clean, but for how long? Half a day. Then you get the stubbles next to it. Who's gonna clean it up? His girlfriend, his boyfriend, his mom, depending on where he lives, right? But you know, it's gonna be even more messy. Try to make this really clean, close to the hairline, so when it grows out, you know, of course, it will look less tight, but it won't have that tight line with all the stubbles next to it. And it will look really nice for a long time. Same thing with the fade, you know, of course, it gets a little bit woolly, but you know, it fades nicely down. It looks so much better. And guys, I have, for me, and I think that's almost for everyone in general, is that what I said before is that when you get that shape in as fast as possible, and of course with the demo it all takes way longer, and with you guys doing it this afternoon maybe, and I hopefully we take you out of your comfort zone, it will take much longer and you're like, man, one cut in the whole afternoon and then you're still like struggling to finish on time, right? It's really going back to school. So what I ask of you, please don't fall back in your old habits. Why? Because if I'm standing there, of course you can do a lot of things. And then you're like, I know half of you, maybe even more, can do a better haircut than me. That's not where we're here for, right? It's to learn, to gain some knowledge, maybe. I'll learn from you as well, always. So don't fall back in your old habits. Try to do it our way. We're gonna split up the group. We're gonna split up the group in two smaller groups of 4. And within this group, we're gonna start with all the, we're gonna look at the hair, we're gonna talk to the customer what he wants, and now I'm gonna show you a little bit on how I would do it, on how I would look at it. And then when everyone knows what they're gonna do, so you're gonna have all the information of all the 4 models within your group, then the whole group will get started at the same time. And that means we're gonna try to start with the baseline, work our way down, finish one side, ask me as much as you want for information to do this, and then afterwards we're gonna give you tips and tricks, and then we're gonna start on the other side, finish, same thing, then we start on the top. We're gonna take you through it step by step. So let's finish the other side as well. We're nicely on time. Duncan didn't make any photo, right?
No.
It's like I'm not ever here. I make all the photos for Instagram.
Do you want to take a picture?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No.
Come on.
Oh, you can make photos while I'm busy, but I'm gonna ask Duncan when he's back with the dog as well before I finish.
We have one job.
Yeah.
Just one job.
It's good. We have a meeting on Friday, so